Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Mic. I'm Gary Labach, along with Mike Joseph, as the Lafayette Leopards prepare for a noon football game against the Army Cadets or the Black Knights, depending on your preference, as they will go to Blake Field at Michie Stadium in West Point, New York, for that football game. So, Mike, first of all, it's FBS, FCS, so it's a little bit of a different clientele that we're taking on this week.
Absolutely, and Lafayette hasn't played really an FBS team in a while. But Army, obviously in the Patriot League, except for football, they're going to present some problems that Lafayette hasn't seen in the past along the lines of the triple option.
And Army has presented problems for Lafayette. This will be the 19th ball game between the two of them. Army leads the series 17-1. The last time Lafayette beat Army was in 1940, and Army has won 16 in a row. But they're on a two-game losing streak. Obviously, the Leopards are on a losing streak of their own. And as you look at this football team, the first thing we always talk about is the triple option. We don't see it very often. Nobody runs it much better than the academies do. And I know your piece this week is going to be on how to defend it.
Absolutely. And the number one way you have to kind of prepare for it, you only have a short period of time. You have to have great special teams and scout team play this week. Your best athlete on the scout team has to be the quarterback. Your second best athlete is the two wings. And then your first best runner on the scout team is your fullback. So you need to practice well from a scout team. This is the most important week of the year for your scout team to be good, because they have to replicate something that is so difficult to do.
Well, the guy that Mike is talking about here, Ahmad Bradshaw, is the quarterback. He has almost 300 yards rushing. And then the other one hurts a little bit because he's a local kid out of Emmaus, Andy Davidson. He will play that fullback position. He's been their leading rusher, and he is a hard-nosed kid. In this offense, you get hit on every play.
Yeah, every play, and you're going to get hit in that front side A-gap or backside A-gap, and then they're going to take it to the corner. So the keys to the triple option against it are balance. You need to be balanced. You need to be disciplined. You first need to take away the first option. That's the fullback. Because as soon as you start thinking outside and start thinking quarterback and pitch, the fullback's going to be running for 40 yards up the middle. So balance and discipline. You got to get good nose and tackle play, and then you need to be able to read the actions of the tackles from the outside. So it seems like a lot, but you need to be disciplined and balanced just to keep them harnessed.
It doesn't get any easier when Lafayette will have the football. This team only gives up 15 points per ball game. They've got an outstanding linebacker in Andrew King, 43 tackles. He had 15 tackles in the Duke game, a game they lost, but it was in a deluge. It was just pouring unbelievably, and it was very difficult for any of the offenses to get going. Well, the Lafayette Leopards coming off another tough loss to Fordham. Offense looked a little bit better. Defense really struggled in this one, giving up 700 and some yards on total offense.
Yeah, well, the good first. I thought Blake Searfoss did a very good job. He ran the offense. They had a few breakdowns here or there offensively, but I thought they protected Blake a little bit better. They ran the ball a little bit better, hit 100 yards. But he has a tendency to be very good when he gets a rhythm and tempo. And I was there on the sideline, watched the whole entire game, and Blake was very, very accurate with the football. He did a great job. He stood in the pocket, he took some hits, and he hit a number of different receivers. Defensively, we just didn't tackle well. Frank said it at the end of the game. You have to tackle better. I know Chase Edmonds is a good player, and I know he's a fantastic player, and he, in my opinion, doesn't belong in the Patriot League. But at the same time, you need to tackle better, whether it's Chase Edmonds or anybody. You need to square up and do a better job in the secondary.
And the offense is going to have to at least try to replace Nick Zadoveski, who will not be playing this week.
Yeah, that's going to be a big thing. They brought in Donnelly to play that right guard position for Logan Reeser last week, and now you have to replace Nick. So it's been piecemeal, but you know what? Lafayette's used to it. They've done it. They did it all last year. Just next man up, going to have to step in, and this is a game I think they should be able to move the football a little bit against the teams probably that is the same size as us, a little bit quicker. Army likes to have those smaller, quicker guys. So Lafayette should be able to move the football, and in my junior and senior year, we played up there. There were tight games. We lost one game 46-35, I believe it was, and 58-49. So it ends up sometimes being a shootout. If you can stop them once or twice and get in the end zone, put a little pressure on them, they're not a come-from-behind team because they don't throw the ball much.
Well, let's hope that is the story, that we do play very, very well. It's a noon start. It's on the CBS Sports Network. Mike and I will finally be back with you in a couple of weeks when we travel to Bucknell. So this is game 2 of 3 in a row on the road. This has been Behind the Mic. I'm Gary. He's Mike. Thanks for joining us.